Let me paint you a picture of what just went down. The San Antonio Spurs, a team that missed the playoffs for 6 consecutive years, just demolished the defending NBA champions 3 times in a row. Not close games, not lucky wins, complete systematic destruction of what was supposed to be the best team in basketball this season. The Thunder came into this stretch with a ridiculous 24-1 record, looking absolutely unstoppable, and the Spurs just said, no, not today, not ever. Before we dive deep into what just happened with the San Antonio Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder, drop a comment below telling me what you think about the Spurs' chances this season. Are they legitimate title contenders already, or do they need more time? I'm genuinely curious what you all think because what we just witnessed might be the most shocking development of this entire season. The first meeting happened on December 13th during the NBA Cup semifinals. Victor Wembanyama returned from a 12-game absence due to a calf strain and immediately reminded everyone why he's a generational talent. The Spurs won that game by the narrowest of margins, but it set the tone for everything that followed. Then came December 23rd, when San Antonio traveled to face Oklahoma City and absolutely obliterated them by 20 points. The defending champs had never lost by that margin all season. Their previous 3 losses came by 2, 2, and 5 points. This wasn't just a loss for Oklahoma City, it was a statement from the Spurs that they belong in this conversation. And then Christmas Day arrived, the biggest stage in regular season basketball. ABC broadcasting to the entire nation, everyone tuning in expecting the Thunder to bounce back and show why they're champions. Instead, De'Aaron Fox dropped 29 points and the Spurs cruised to another comfortable victory. 3 games, 3 wins, 3 different ways of proving they can beat the best team in basketball. And what makes this run even more remarkable is the context behind it. San Antonio currently sits second in the Western Conference with a 22-7 record. Think about that for a second. This is a team that went 34-48 last season, a team that hasn't made the playoffs since 2019, a team that everyone expected to be good eventually, but not this soon. They've won 14 of their last 17 games heading into this stretch against Oklahoma City, and now they're legitimately in the mix for one of the top seeds in the West. The Thunder came into this season as defending champions after winning it all last year. They started the season on an absolute tear, going 24-1 and looking like they might challenge some all-time records for dominance. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was playing at an MVP level, Chet Holmgren was anchoring the defense, and everything seemed to be clicking perfectly. But the Spurs exposed something. They showed that Oklahoma City can be beaten when you have the right combination of size, skill, and defensive intensity. Victor Wembanyama is the obvious centerpiece of everything San Antonio is building. The 21-year-old French Phenom spent his offseason working harder than anyone, adding muscle mass, training in brutal conditions, and coming back determined to prove he can be the best player in basketball. When asked if he thought he'd quickly regain his dominance after returning from injury, his response was simple and direct. He believes in himself completely, and that confidence is infectious throughout the entire roster. Watching Wembanyama play is like witnessing something from another planet. He impacts the game in ways that simply shouldn't be possible for someone his size. The defense changes completely when he's on the floor. Opposing teams have to reconsider every drive, every shot in the paint, every offensive possession, because this 7'4" alien can block shots from anywhere. But it's not just his defense. His shooting range extends beyond the 3-point line. His passing vision rivals that of traditional point guards, and he's developing an offensive repertoire that makes him virtually unguardable. The scary part? He's still improving. His ceiling remains impossibly high. Devin Vassell said recently that when Wembanyama fully recovers and reverts to normal playing time, the league is in trouble. He's not wrong. We saw flashes of that dominance in these games against Oklahoma City. Coming off the bench in the Christmas Day game, he still managed 19 points and 11 rebounds in just 26 minutes. His presence alone warps how defenses have to operate. But this isn't just the Victor Wembanyama show. The Spurs have built something special around him. The acquisition of De'Aaron Fox at last season's trade deadline completely changed the trajectory of this franchise. Fox wanted out of Sacramento after years of disappointment, and San Antonio became his preferred destination. The 3-team trade that brought him to the Spurs was one of the most important moves in recent franchise history. Fox's impact cannot be overstated. His speed in transition is elite, his ability to penetrate defenses creates opportunities for everyone else, and he's proven he can be a legitimate number 1 option when needed. That 60-point game he dropped while still with Sacramento last season, that wasn't a fluke. That's the kind of offensive firepower he brings when he's locked in. In the Christmas Day victory over Oklahoma City, he was spectacular with 29 points, showing exactly why the Spurs were willing to give up significant assets to bring him in.
win. The chemistry between Fox and Wembanyama is developing into something special. They only played 5 games together last season before Fox underwent surgery to repair tendon damage in his left pinky, an injury he'd been playing through since training camp. Think about that. He was dealing with a damaged finger all season and still put up incredible numbers. Now healthy and fully integrated into the Spurs system, Fox looks like he's finally found the right situation to maximize his talent. Stephon Castle, the reigning Rookie of the Year, has been another revelation. His performances in these games against Oklahoma City showcased why he won that award. 24 points in one game, 19 in another, consistently showing up when it matters most. Castle brings a two-way intensity that fits perfectly with everything San Antonio wants to do. He can defend multiple positions, create his own shot, and play with a maturity that belies his rookie status. The depth San Antonio has developed is genuinely impressive. Keldon Johnson came off the bench and dropped 25 points in that second victory over Oklahoma City. Harrison Barnes provides veteran leadership and consistent scoring. Devin Vassell gives them another wing who can shoot and defend. Dylan Harper, the number 2 overall pick in last year's draft, is waiting for his opportunity to contribute. This isn't a one-man show or even a two-man show. This is a complete roster with multiple players capable of taking over games. If you're enjoying this analysis, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be covering the Spurs all season long, and this is just the beginning of what could be a historic run. The way San Antonio beat Oklahoma City reveals everything about their identity. They defend with intensity and purpose, they move the ball with precision on offense, they play what Wembanyama called pure and ethical basketball. And while that comment might have rubbed some Thunder fans the wrong way, it's accurate. The Spurs play the right way, making the extra pass, contesting every shot, and never taking possessions off. In that December 23rd blowout, the Spurs held Oklahoma City to 50 points after halftime. That's just 2 points shy of the Thunder's lowest scoring half all season. The fourth quarter was particularly dominant, with San Antonio outscoring them 43-28. When it mattered most, when the defending champions needed to make a run, the Spurs suffocated them defensively and pulled away with ease. Oklahoma City's struggles in these games exposed some potential weaknesses. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had his moments, dropping 33 points in one game and 22 in another, but he couldn't carry them to victory against this Spurs defense. Chet Holmgren acknowledged that dealing with Wembanyama completely changes how they have to approach the game. You can prepare for unique players all you want, but when someone can impact both ends of the floor the way Wemby does, preparation only goes so far. The Thunder's confidence has to be shaken. They went from 24-1 and looking unstoppable to suddenly questioning whether they're actually the best team in basketball. Losing 3 straight to the same opponent, especially one they probably didn't view as their biggest threat entering the season, creates doubt. That doubt can spread quickly in a playoff series, and the Spurs have now established a psychological edge that could matter enormously when these teams potentially meet in May or June. Looking ahead to the 2025 to 2026 season and beyond, the future for San Antonio is blindingly bright. They have their franchise centerpiece in Wembanyama locked in long-term. Fox signed a 4-year, $229 million extension in August, securing his future in San Antonio through the 2029-30 season. That commitment from both the player and the organization signals their belief that they can build something championship-worthy together. The supporting cast is young, talented, and under team control for years to come. Castle is only in his first season and already looks like a future all-star. Harper brings lottery-level talent off the bench. They added Luke Cornett in free agency to provide quality minutes behind Wembanyama, ensuring their franchise player won't be overworked. The roster construction makes sense from every angle, balancing youth with veteran presence, offensive firepower with defensive capability. Greg Popovich stepping down after 29 years at the helm marked the end of an era, but Mitch Johnson has seamlessly taken over. The transition has been smooth because the culture Popovich built remains firmly in place. This organization knows how to develop players, how to build winning systems, and how to sustain success over time. That institutional knowledge doesn't disappear just because the legendary coach moved upstairs. The Western Conference landscape has shifted dramatically. For years, it was assumed that the Thunder, Nuggets, and maybe the Lakers would be the teams to beat. Now, the Spurs have forced themselves into that conversation through their performance against the best team in basketball. They've proven they can compete with anyone, and more importantly, they've proven they can win when it matters most. My honest opinion, this Spurs team is ahead of schedule, but that doesn't mean they should pump the brakes. They have an opportunity right now to make noise in the playoffs, and with how they're playing, anything is possible. The Thunder might still be the favorites on paper, but that paper doesn't account for what happens when these teams actually face each other. San Antonio has the blueprint for beating Oklahoma City, and they've executed it perfectly 3 straight times. The Thunder will have their chance for revenge. These teams will meet again both in the regular season and potentially in the playoffs. But right now, in this moment, the Spurs own them. 3 straight wins, 3 different ways of proving superiority, and a statement to the entire league that San Antonio is back where they belong, at the top of the NBA hierarchy. The future is now for the Spurs, and if these games against Oklahoma City are any indication, that future looks championship bright.